Recently I wrote a book on how to become an employer of choice, and I thought it might be good just to take you through the wheel I created for it, which is a wheel of engagement. The book has a simple quiz in it which you can do, takes 2 minutes, and then it will take you through what you need to do. But for today's session, what does it take to become an employer of choice? First of all, you need to think about having a great story. A story about where you've been, where you are, where you're going. A lot of people don't tell their story. They talk about their products and services, but don't talk about why they do what they do. So do tell your story. Have a great story. When staff join your organisation, they'll be joining because of your story. If they're just joining because you've got products and services, they'll be joining for a job. If they're joining for a real purpose, it'll be a completely different energy. So make sure you've got that story. Make sure you've got the founder telling that story as well in your induction. The second thing is a person's going to look for a clear vision. So you need a clear vision. They need to know how they fit in the organisation when they join it, where they're going to be going, how their career is going to progress. So let's get a clear vision that's communicated throughout the whole organisation. So then you need to think about taking that story and that vision and communicating it internally, externally. So it should be part of your induction process, should be on your website. Everybody should know that story because it defines you, makes you different. The next thing to think about is an engaging manager. So you need engaging managers in your organisation and leaders. So these people typically end up in roles, and people don't quit their jobs, they quit their bosses. So think about that for a second. So what you want is a bunch of leaders and managers that really do engage the staff, and the consistency of that leadership and management will lead to someone wanting to join your organisation because they know they're going to be managed well. The next thing is you want those managers to motivate people on a day-to-day basis. So you need management by walking around. You need them to have clear goals and responsibilities, and that needs to be set as well. So making sure you've got that motivational element, that management by walking around, and really supporting your people. The next thing you'll want is a listening culture. Richard Branson will tell you he employs people so they can tell him what to do, but quite often I see organisations employ people and then really good people, talented people, and then they just cascade messages. They don't tap into that talent. So what we want is people really contributing. So you want a listening culture and an involvement culture based on making valuable contributions to the business. The next thing is you need a set of values. Now I talk to organisations, so yeah, we've got a set of values. When I ask what they are, they can't tell me, they've got to go and find them, or they're walking past them every day. So what you want with those values is you want to live and breathe them. You want to bring them to life, and there needs to be consequences and rewards, and put it into your appraisal process. So these are some of the things that are included in the book, and some of the questions you'll be challenged in the quiz, which takes 2 minutes. And if you really want to harness the full capabilities and really attract talent in your organisation, then think about this. Someone's going to join an organisation because they've got a great story. They want to know where they fit, the vision. They need to know it's communicated to them. They need to know that they're going to be managed well and motivated well. They're going to be listened to, and there's going to be a set of values they believe in, and lastly, those values lived and breathed. So that's a simple, quick snapshot of how to become an employer of choice.